I had my whole thing planned. Like I had to do stuff to get rich, succeed. Do you know what I mean? And I always had it mapped out in my head. And I had it mapped out so much that by the way, nothing has gone to plan from everything I've ever mapped out. But I had it mapped out so much that like I was always like, cool, like I must do, like I need to get this right, I need to get this right, you know what I mean? And the element of like, hey man, go and work for free. Do you know what I mean? Like the money you make from 18 to 24
It's going to be insignificant.
is going to be not even going to matter.
Yeah. And chances are you're working for free. Your boss or the person you're working for or with is probably going to pay you at some stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's going to be like, all right, this
Something-
kid's all right.
If you show some level of hunger.
Let me get lunch for him today. You know, he hasn't eaten in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Let me get some lunch for the kid.
Yeah,
And then it'd be
something
like,
that.
okay, cool, yeah, come here, all right. And that happened with someone that works for me. He did an internship because he had to do it as part of his work experience for uni. So he did it with me, an internship. He had to do X amount of hours a week. I'm like, cool. Then he came on. He's like, oh, look, I finished uni. Do you have anything? I said, look, I'm not at the moment. I don't have anything paid at the moment, but you can come in however many times a week you want. I'm going to come in once a week or twice a week or every day this week, like whatever you want to do. So he would just come in and just work. And then we won a big job. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Come in and work for me 3 days a week or 2 days a week. It will get you a part-time job. He's like, yeah, sweet. And then we won another big job. I'm like, oi, full-time. I was like, yep, sweet. And then came on full-time and has been with me for 7 years. All right. Been with me now, my longest serving employee. And gun, like superstar. And that's all because he gave it a crack and just goes, yeah, I was willing to eat shit. I didn't need to have that high-paying job of whatever it might be and so on and so forth. And I think that served him really well. And I can think that will serve others really well too. But again, people aren't willing to eat shit.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would go and work for free.
I also think I think there's a level of difficulty for someone that's 18 years old these days as well.
Why?
From the perspective of having that direction and going, well, what am I going to do? I think it's not as hard to make money these days. Do you agree with that? Some level of money.
Elaborate. Because that's like, if you were 18, is it easier now to make money? Is it easier to make money as an 18-year-old now than it was as an 18-year-old
30 years ago.
Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think it is.
Why?
It is. I think the internet's the biggest leveler in that space.
Yeah, but it also makes you compete
with other people.
Yeah, like I love how everyone's like, yeah, an 18-year-old can go and make money on TikTok. And it's like, go make money on TikTok, you mad dog. Like, go, show us.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, no, you can't. It's hard.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Man, you pump out, like, credit to you. You pump out a lot of content, especially over the last 3 months. You've really hit your content game hard. And it's sick. Like, I love all the shit that you're putting out. And even then, like, okay, how much money have you made as a result? Like, how much money did TikTok pay you this week?
Zero.
Or exactly, or YouTube, or this, or this, or this. Like, you're paying them, if anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly right. Like we were saying it the other day, like how many videos we put out on $1 Million Days? Like over 800?
Yeah, something like that.
Over 800 videos have gone out on this podcast, guys. If you
every episode gets sliced up into like 10 videos.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's still a video that gets uploaded and onto there. And like we've had, most videos will get a small amount of views. We've had a couple that have a few thousand and 10,000 or whatever it might be. But again, YouTube haven't sent us any money yet. They haven't sent us any money. So yes, you're right in that regard.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
like,
that easy to do
everyone thinks
so.
it's that easy. And I think it's not that easy. You're just being exposed to it more.
Yeah.
That's all. We're just more interconnected.
And you're seeing the
18-year-old.
Yeah.
Whereas that 18-year-old was probably around. You just didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He probably was somewhere, whether it's obviously not in the same way that the platforms didn't exist, but it might be that genius. You know, you used to hear about like that genius who finished uni at 13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it rings a bell.
Yeah.
You don't hear about that anymore.
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard that?
Last week.
Yeah, like me. But do you know what I mean? Like, I believe that stuff was always happening. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't do it. Is it easier? It's also more easier to be distracted.
Oh, massively. And that's some good advice too. Like you got to cancel out some of the noise.
But that's the thing. Like, so does that Does it make it easier? I don't know.
Mm.
Can I make money now better than I could when I was 18? Of course.
Yeah.
But that's with 16 years of experience. It's like, I don't know. It's like a MJ versus LeBron type question.
Yeah. I also think, let's go down, we're giving advice. So we've been giving advice now. We're saying, all right, kid, we're going to get into sales. Assuming they don't want to live countryside for the rest of their life and off the land. We are going down the path of you becoming educated, going into a field, learning sales, learning the game, probably going down that business route. I reckon they should also be serious about building a personal brand too. Early days, whether it's with your company that you're working for or for yourself, whatever it might be, but building a personal brand from a very early stage will be advantageous to you. Because if I started building a brand even in my mid-20s, I reckon I'd have, and same with you. Imagine you were putting out that much content back then, 10, 20, 15 years ago. Say 15 years ago, you're putting out a decent amount of content. I reckon that would have an astronomical effect to where you are today. Regardless,
so 15 years ago was 2010.
Yeah.
It's when Collingwood and St Kilda drawed in the granny. Think about that.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like, that's how long ago it was.
Mm.
Most people, had you gone to them at the time and said, hey, go make a video for your business or go make a video about yourself, they'd be like,
yeah, that's weird.
On my Nokia 7210? Nah, there was iPhone 7.
No, that was iPhone 3. That was all right, but that was out by then.
2010? iPhone 4.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Became an apprentice. I remember.
Yeah, there you go.
At the iPhone 4.
No WRX though.
You know how you just remember no WRX ever? Never got it. Do you know how you remember vivid, like just the stuff that you just remember? Yeah, I remember that vividly. I was a first year apprentice and I was in the lift with a sales guy and he was holding it on the phone on an iPhone 4. I remember looking at it thinking, oh, it's a new iPhone.
I remember the first one came out and one of the guys in the office got one and he's like, oh, check this out. And it had a screen and it was tiny. It was like this big.
Yeah.
It was like, had a screen on it. He's like, I'm like, what's just stupid? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can, and that beer thing. And it's like, you know, have you ever seen that app where it's like a beer, it pretends, it looks like a beer bottle and you drink it and it empties? Like, wow. Take my money. But yeah, I think building a personal brand today is very important. I think you need to be known and putting yourself out there and connecting with people. I think that's a very powerful thing. And I would recommend it if you want to be in that space. You don't think so?
I'm just trying to think, is that the thing I'd do as an 18-year-old?
You can still document the journey. I think, I think starting, because you're probably going to suck as well at the beginning as far as how you talk.
You know, it is 18-year-old me could never do that.
Yeah, the same, man. I was doing stupid shit at that age. As in, I was immature. I was very immature. There'd have to be a level of immaturity. Would you tell them to go like have a gap year?
And what, travel?
Yeah, just go do sick shit. Just do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever the hell you want. I've got a couple of nephews now, both very young. One's currently in Europe, 18 years old, living his life. So yeah, that's good. You know, the grandparents are like, oh, he's got to get a job. He's got to go do this. He's not doing anything. So just relax. He's 18. It's his first year out. He'll get a job. He's got plenty of time to make money. He was saying, oh, I should come get an apprenticeship with me. I said, well, if he wants to. He hasn't asked. I'm not going to ask him. Like, he's a grown-ass man. Go do whatever you want to do.
18?
But, yeah.
What did you say, your cousin?
Nephew. But, like, go out there. Experience the world. Go do what you want to do. That's fine. As long as that 18 doesn't turn to 28. Do you know what I mean? As in 28 and you've done nothing. So that's where I would want to, okay, so it's coming back to my son now, let's say, or my daughter. I'd be like, cool, like, you want to have your gap year, go have your gap year, but like there's a level of you've got to start standing up. You're not living home forever. And I'm European, I'm Greek. Like I want my kids to stay with me forever. You can be the 30-year-old, but you're only if you're not home paying PlayStation all day. All right. And working.
Just half the day.
That's right. Just half the day, yeah. Or working 3-4 hours just to sustain your petrol or your car or whatever it is. No, you got to be working out there hard. And I think I'm having this conversation today. I think subconsciously I've already done that with my kids because they see me getting up nice and early, 5:30, 6 o'clock, getting up, getting ready, going to the gym, going to work, wherever I am, I'm up and I'm moving. Come home, it's always dark during winter. You know, leave at night, come home at night. It's been a big day. They see me working. So I think subconsciously there is a level of that he will see, because I saw it in my parents too. But yeah, I would want them not to be, I want them to be go-getters. Do you know what I mean? Have that ambition about them.
Like a level of hunger?
Yeah, I think there has to be a level of hunger in that person that's that. Like, you got to be hungry. You got to want it, because no one's going to give you shit. No one's going to give you anything in this life. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, I think like mindset's everything, man.
Oh, it's so true. And it's
You
hard.
just
It's
remind me of
hard in an
someone when you
18.
said-
It's hard in a young kid.
Yeah, you just reminded me of someone when you said 18, okay, not 28.
Mm.
And then you think about, like, I know some people who are like, you know, at a certain age where they probably should have
More.
anything, let alone more. Like, they should have something going for them, and they don't.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, like, you got to start adulting.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? You're still acting like you're 18 and you're not.
Yeah, it's not cool anymore. It
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool for the first year.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know, you see with Lebos a lot.
Mm.
I'm going to say every Lebo's going to hate this. But you see the youngest child is always like, it's like they almost never grow up. If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.